morning, people. Welcome back to F Politics. I didn't want to have to talk about this today because, apart from the Middle East, I have tried to keep my powder dry when it comes to criticizing Labour until I put out my documentary on them in April. Because I know that a lot of you aren't quite ready to hear a full criticism of Labour unless it's a balanced criticism that includes the good stuff they've done. And some of you might even feel nervous about criticizing Labour because it seems like all we do is complain. But what Keir Starmer announced today, I found so disgusting that I have to talk about it now.
Because this government is introducing a tough new law to force all companies to carry out these checks on right to work. They take just minutes to complete, so there's no excuses and no ability to claim that they didn't know they had illegal workers. And failure to comply will result in fines of up to £60,000, prison terms of up to 5 years, and the potential closure of their businesses.
Now, the Conservatives did the same thing under Home Secretary Theresa May. It was called the hostile environment. The idea was to make it so difficult for anybody to live here without proper documentation that they'd have to leave or not come at all. She also fined employers that didn't check the immigration status of their employees, as well as sending go-home vans through immigrant neighborhoods. Now, the reason why I find this so disgusting isn't because I have an issue with the idea of enforcing immigration rules. It's because if you're going to say, we're coming after anybody who's working who doesn't have the proper documentation, then it is your job to make sure that everybody who should have the proper documentation has the proper documentation. Most of you know about the Windrush scandal, the whole basis of which was people who have the right to be here but didn't have the proper documentation saw their lives ruined and were even deported. Now, that scandal is still ongoing and affecting thousands of people. In fact, I interviewed a victim of the Windrush scandal a month ago as part of a campaign that I'm working on with Colin McFarlane, and I'll publish that after the Labour documentary, but let me warn you right now that at least half of you are going to cry. Policies like this can ruin people's lives, and doing it now, when the UK's economy is currently suffering from chronic labour shortages, so we need people working here, means you are once again prioritising the need to appear to be tough against foreigners over the actual welfare of the people of the UK. Oh, and let me just add this so I don't have to squeeze it into the documentary. Look at Keir Starmer's language here. It shows how confused his ideology is.
And it's unfair on the illegal migrants themselves, because these are vulnerable people.
Calling them illegal immigrants when they're just seeking asylum in the UK, something they have the right to do under the Refugee Convention, which the UK has signed, means you're still using language that's designed to demonise asylum seekers while claiming to have compassion for asylum seekers. So stay tuned for April, because I have a lot to say about Labour. I'm Femi. Make sure you follow F Politics so politics doesn't F you. Have a great week.